It is a pleasure to meet you this opportunity to brief fewer things very important came on the news, and I think everybody listened to it, and part of it will be mentioned on this brief report. I found a chance to see National League of Cities report on year 2012, and fewer things got my attention on what concern taxes increase and how does it relate to their availabilities, and what could get done on what mentioned on previous message, the financial networks, financial tools, and how does it bring much of growth. If you know the taxes, financial tools, taxes, financial tools, direct taxes, indirect taxes, but you do not consider it financial tools unless it has taxes cuts. The regular taxes, not financial tools. It does maintain the function of the purpose of the taxes. But when taxes becomes a financial tool, that is the taxes gets cuts. Tax cuts, financial tool. There are too many other financial derivatives on what concern cities, states, and national levels, which relates to the financial networks, which relates to the availabilities on the economy, microeconomics, financial structure, and the economy, macroeconomic financial structure, which takes to the economy structure. And it is a chance. It is not just the National League of Cities in the United States, but there are much of growth could get done or generated in the United States and other countries faster in advanced economies, and it's a chance to refer to what is happening in European countries and how a number of countries, advanced economies, entitled to be bailed out by the European Central Bank, and the Japan has an external debt. It needs an attention, and a number of countries, and none of those countries have difficulties. They have those temporary financial difficulties, but it's solvable in few hours or fewer days. Contracts and contracting does the but with more focus on the functions of the financial tools they have and how to increase it. Pardon me. Another important part relate to the framework of the economy in the United States and in other countries got my attention, which is the government-sponsored enterprises. Most of the government-sponsored enterprises, creation of United States Congress. Fewer words got my attention from the president and the CEO of the Federal Home Loan Banks, about 12 financial institutions. He referred, and it is available on the latest edition, day-by-day reports. You can visit the magazine, online magazine, and you can get to the opinion subject interview. On the next issue, they will be interviewed, not this coming issue, the next issue. There will be an interview, and you can visit the latest edition. Opinion subject to find an interview with the related guests, distinguished guests. What he said, the president and the CEO of Federal Home Loan Banks, he referred to the certain growth of the Federal Home Loan Banks and uncertain economy. Certain growth on uncertain economy. Well, it is a huge economy, has unlimited resources and growth levels. national level, state level, cities level, and businesses level. What I want to mention, if you can get to the website, Federal Home Loan Banks and other government-sponsored enterprises, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, you find the objectives and the functions of those government-sponsored enterprise. They exist or created to fund lenders. There are a number of securities, issuance of securities, creation of Congress. But to fund lenders, lenders, they have other part. It's a gross level cycle. Gross cycle levels. Gross level cycles, that's development, innovation, adjustment and performance. Gross cycle levels concern revenues and expenditure. What does lenders, after they get funded from alternative finance, issuance of securities, what happens after that? This is the gaps. If you put the framework of the economy, you find a number of things it doesn't take forward on the gross cycle of the economy. For a number of reasons. It's not the point to mention it, but if you remember in a business session, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they can clear their entire $8 trillion debt, which is there for more than almost 8 years. No change. The amount remain there. They get financed. They have their own finance. They have their own budget located from the federal, according to the Congress Act, and but still their $8 trillion debt remain, which includes the debt service. With more focus on a number of things, they could get clear their entire debt. In a business session, it's available anytime, any moment. Their honor, the President of the United States, their honor, the Congress, Senate and House of Representatives, related committees, Treasury Department, which Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac on the conservatorship on the Treasury Department until they get back on their shape. But it seems a number of things needs to get done. It's not done. The Federal Reserve Districts and Federal Reserve, their owner, they can have seminars, meetings to discuss those things, to invite professionals on economics to discuss those matters anytime solutions are available. Business is business, 6% of total gross amount. United States economy, just financial industry, entitled to receive $26 trillion. It takes me back to simple pillars: resources allocation, resources management, financial management, and investment management. If you get to the final result of the investment position of the United States, it does speak itself on negative growth since late 1989. So the opposite is supposed to happen. According to availabilities, they are supposed to have huge growth, and it's supposed to reflect huge foreign exchange reserves on each state. But for a number of reasons, the financial structure needs more attention. Economy financial structure needs more attention, more focus on the real income growth cycle, the industries and the growth revenues on those industries, their geographical areas, their companies, and a number of things needs to more attention to become more efficient and with huge growth. Just the $26 trillion is an example, and there are much of other things. Trade transformation, trade import and exports, the transformation brings not less than $200 trillion on U.S. economy through the entire states with more growth. That's just the minimum. more growth with more focus, which relates to industries development, and much of growth happens. Let me just put a reminder, what does taxes increase mean? Based on what? Tax code, from there things start. It does takes certain charge on certain growth, but to keep the growth forward, they should have tax cuts to encourage growth for more growth. And if you remember, from the economy structure to economy, macroeconomics, financial structure, to economy, microeconomics, financial structure, to number of financial networks, to financial tools to increase growth, domestic product, and from there it gets back towards the economy structure with tax cuts, development, industrial development, number of innovation, a number of things. It does add to availabilities with more growth. Let me just put back fewer things for a discussion until solutions find a way to become reality. The function of the government-sponsored enterprise, they fund lenders. Underlying the funds, lenders, and underlying lenders, and the objectives of each, the function and the objectives of both government-sponsored enterprise and the lenders, and what comes after lenders. There are a number of gaps, and if you visit the FDIC takeover financial institutions, it gives you that there is structural limitations to mention in number of areas, but theory it does not tell the entire parts of the solutions. Solutions, when it comes in full details. What just mentioned, just brief reading on the availabilities, and it's a chance to send a positive message to advanced economies, to emerging economies, and to developing economies. Countries, they have huge growth according to their availabilities, their resources allocation. It does include the entire factors of production. More focus on factors of production, they find themselves through too many areas to focus on for more growth, plus the financial structure of their geographical areas needs more attention. It is very not supposed to happen. $14 trillion in the past 6 years, an increase on national debt, $14 trillion debt increase on US economy, not supposed to happen. With more focus, their owner, Treasury Department, Federal Reserve Districts, and Federal Reserve, they can focus on a number of things. And I just remind related area. After the federal budget year 2013, the allocation of the funds on renewable energy, it was $40 billion on year 2012. I am very sure after budget sequestration, the number will be decreased. The $40 billion is not enough for Los Angeles, city of Los Angeles. But for the federal government does not offer funds or finance the entire states. It is correct, but they have the ability to maintain the economy financial structure to allow a flow of investment, flow of funds existed, but is not recognized. They can allocate or direct those $40 billion for other areas. Industries, it does include more than 226 main and derivative industries. It does cover a number of areas. It needs more attention. It's an urgent urgent request to establish Industrial Development Division in Congress, National Economic Council, White House, and the Federal Reserve Districts, or Federal Reserve, and connected with the Federal Reserve Districts, and Treasury Department. A reminder to their owner, Treasury Department, Federal Reserve, the government-sponsored enterprise, there is a limitations, need more attention. $26 trillion growth gives them more range of growth. and they become less dependent on issuance of securities. They focus on real income growth cycle, and this is the very important. Exemption, not exemption on taxes, that's another part. According to the Dodd-Frank Act, Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, which I added fewer words to it to become more related to the economy. Dodd-Frank Financial Services Reform, Wall Street and Consumer Protection Act to become more efficient, and it does connect to another act, Graham-Leach-Bliley Act, which is the Financial Services Modernization Act. Those areas need more attention to become more efficient. It is a pleasure to bring those briefs and a reminder to their owner, National League of Cities. There are much of growth to generate, and the National Governors Association. Taxes increase, it could be reversed to taxes cuts with huge growth. City of Los Angeles, just an example, entitled to receive between $2 trillion to $12 trillion growth on city budget. Solutions are available anytime, any moment. It is a pleasure, and to maintain those solutions anytime, any moment. Thank you very much.